And I think we are recording. I'm early. I am about 5 minutes early. Let me get this comments loaded so I can see who all is here. So when you come on, go ahead and just announce yourself. Let me know that you're there. And we can kind of chat if you'd like. Or we don't have to. Anyways, it's 5 minutes to 7. It is Tuesday, November 21st. And I'll just sit here and wait and drink my water while I'm waiting on y'all. Too bad it wasn't something else besides water, but that's okay. So I'll just get my stuff together and cut up my dimensionals that are sitting here that I'm on the edges. So I will just do that and wait for y'all to come on board. Oh, I had Black Friday. Okie doke. Hopefully my glue will be working. I don't know why I can't seem. I'm going to fight with this one for a few minutes while I'm waiting on y'all. I'm just going to keep working. I'm going to start working. Put my scissors over there. And if I can get this glue bottle. So I'm just going to sit here and work and wait for y'all. I'm going to try to get my glue right here in this one. I don't think this one is quite empty, but it may be. So I'm just going to do a little tapping on the table. So let's see. I can get it going. I think this one might be empty actually, because it don't want to come out either way. We might have used this up last week. Yeah, it's getting ready. Something's trying. Maybe it's got a plug in it. I don't think so. I think this one is about, oh, here we get a little bit coming through. So come on in. Once you get here, let me know if you're here or not. There we go. There, it's coming out now. So we do have a little bit in there. Now it's wanting to ooze out. I got glue right there. All right, well, we'll keep that aside in case we need that, but we'll put that one over there. Hi, Marsha Long. How are you? How are you doing? Are you cooking on Thursday? We are going to a lady's house that we met at a plant-based dinner, and she's going to be, well, we're bringing it's all, you know, plant-based. So my husband is making a plant-based pumpkin pie. So we'll see how that goes. I don't like pumpkin pie, so I don't really care. That's not nice. But anyways, so I'm just stretching while I'm waiting for everybody to pop in. I don't know what it is with my shirt, but it just does not want to cooperate today. It keeps falling all over. Anyways, I'm doing fine, thank you. I am doing fine. Waiting to get things going. I got 2 fun folds for tonight. Oh, you're not cooking? Well, thank you. Yeah, we're not cooking either. We're going to a lady that we just met. We're going to her house tomorrow, so that'd be nice. And another couple is coming, so I think there'll be 6 of us. And then Thursday, my husband, he always buys a turkey breast, so we'll cook a turkey breast. And that we like to have leftovers so we can have sandwiches and stuff like that. So that's what we'll, and that'd be easy because he'll do that in the Instapot or whatever. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's the Instapot he cooks it in. Yeah, because that's quicker than the oven. So anyways, so we're, hey, Kathy Burns, you're back from your cruise and rested up, aren't you? Did you, I forgot to check, did you get your order in? Let me know if you did. I'm pretty sure you should have gotten it. Or maybe you already told. Oh, yeah, you did get it. Never mind. I'm losing my mind. I know you did because you didn't get the ink. That's my mistake. So I'm glad you're here watching. We're gonna have two. Gonna do 2 fun folds today, and then did I show you all? I don't know if y'all did you all watch the creation anticipation on Saturday, whatever day it was, where I did the book card? Did y'all see that? If you haven't, you should go back and find the video. It should be right in the, let's see, that will be under videos because it wasn't, wait a minute, let me think about this. No, it was streamed, so it should be under live. Anytime I do it live, it'll be under live. And if it's pre-recorded, then it will just be under regular videos. But I couldn't remember if y'all had seen that card or not. And that's such an easy, it's really an I shouldn't say easy. It's easy when you cut and score, but trying to lay the card down so it opens up right, that makes it a little bit, excuse me, a little bit harder, but it's fine. Excuse me, I got a cough. Pardon me, I'm trying to cover my microphone. So, you guys need to come to Fort Myers where it's nice and warm. If you like warm weather, it's 80. I think it was 85 today. But we've had some nice breezes blowing, so you didn't see it. Let me show you what the card. Let me see. I probably took the cards away. Hang on. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll be back in. Let me look in my little stash here. Okay, this is it. And it's a really neat card because people can display it on their mantle. So this is how I decorated. Let me see if I can get in the camera. All right, so that's the front of the card. Let me pull back. And then when you open it, this is what it looks like. It looks like a book. Isn't that, can you see the edges? I'll turn it this way. See how that right here is supposed to be the pages, or right here? Isn't that cute? Whoops, let me get back over here. Isn't that cute? It really isn't that hard. It's just cutting, cutting and scoring. And then the hardest part really is once you get it folded, is placing it down. I gotta remember where the camera is. Getting this part placed. And then it folds flat, so you just kind of maneuver one section and then fold it down. It folds flat. So it's not going to be weight. It may be a little bit, it might be a little bit bulky, but I'm not even sure if it's that bulky to mail it. So, oh, you like it cold? Marshall likes it cold. I don't like the cold. I accept it, but I don't like it. Gosh, I tell you what, this shirt here is about to drive me crazy. It doesn't sit on my shoulders right or something. Oh, I did get the wishes all around and having issues to work out. Oh, you have issues? Okay. If you need me to help you, then just call me tomorrow, anytime before, let me think. We're going to do therapy tomorrow, me and Riley the dog. So anytime before 1 o'clock or after probably 2:30 if you want to talk to me. I know, isn't it a cute card? So it should be on the video, on the live, and when you go to my YouTube page, if you look at, it's got videos and it will say live. You go, anytime I do it live, then just look at the live ones, and I walk you through it, excuse me, so it's pretty easy. Got the wishes all around and having issues to work out. All right, well, you need to let me know if it's issues with the order or just you're having issues. Anyways. Oh my gosh, it's 7:04 already. I didn't even realize what time it was. All right. I'm going to give it 1 more minute and then we'll get started. So, but if it's anything stamping related, Kathy, then just email me or call me or whatever, and I'll try to help you, okay? All right. Well, let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera down. I'll go through my little spiel of what we have going on in the world of Stampin' Up. So let me flip the camera. Now, if you're on my newsletter list, then you would have gotten the email today. And today started our last chance products and a carryover. So some of these will be up to 60% off, and I don't know which one. So there's 2 lists. So in the email that I sent out, just click the picture and it will you can download it and then print it out. The last chance is 2 pages, and and then if it has an asterisk, it's going to be most likely look at the whatever the template that tells you what the 3 asterisks are. They may be carryover, and then this will show you the ones that are going to carry over. The carryovers either will be in the upcoming catalog, or they may go into the online exclusives, and could possibly be and maybe in a future catalog, is my understanding. Everybody's a little confused about that, but I do know on the carryover, if they have an asterisk next to it, it's going to be online only, so it will not be in the catalog. So you definitely would like download these if you have if you've received my email. If you haven't, let me know and I can email one to you. And just message me and I'll with your email address and name, and I can email these directly to you. But you want to go through and check out. I don't know what the pricing is. Some of them are 30% off. Some of the like sending cheers, I actually just realized this is 40% off. So anyways, make sure that you take a look at that if you haven't already. And then as usual, I have my November tutorial bundle. It's 52 projects that you will receive by email once you place a $50 order through my online store. And normally it takes me a day or 2 to get it to you. But these are great for inspiration. There's the card that I did right there. It's great for inspiration. You can copy them, change them up, or just use them for ideas on how to make other cards or gift ideas or what have you. Okay. And the last thing I want to share with you all is I used to do, when I was doing in-person classes, I used to do a calendar class where it comes with a CD case. Hang on, I'm trying to pull it out of the case. Well, I'll just leave one in there. So it's a CD case, if you can see that, right? Let me get it up here in front of the camera. All right, and then the CD case flips back and it sits like on a desk or a table. So I'm doing this not as a class, but I'm offering it. So you have the option, if you're interested, you can purchase the templates and decorate them yourself with your own stamps and items that you have. And that would be with the CD case. If you do it yourself, it's $10, and that includes shipping. And then if you want me to decorate them, then it's $20, and I'll decorate them. Now, some of these might be a little bit different. So anyways, this kind of gives you an idea of what I've done for the various months. And then if you want to purchase multiples, then I would just cut them in half so you'll get a discount. So if you want me to decorate them, the first one would be $20, and then each one after that would be $10. And then if you want to do it yourself, $10 for the first one, and then every one after that would be $5, and that includes your shipping. So keep that in mind. It's a great thing. We used to do it all the time, and it's nice to have on your desk, or you can use the actual, if you know somebody's birthday that's in January, you could work this into the card and circle the date of their birthday, or however you want to do that. You could always cut off the little calendar. So I just thought that was something different. It would make a nice gift, especially if somebody uses calendars or they have a desk. So it sits right there, and then it just folds right up. Now, after they get done, after the month, I just stick them in the back behind the main one. So just thought I'd share that with you all. Okie dokie. Well, let's go ahead and get started. And we are going to make 2 fun folds. Let me get myself organized here. I don't think I need a paper cutter. The first card, let me show you what we're going to do. Now, the one I'm making is going to be different designer paper, but I just want you to see what you can do with that. This paper is these are on the online store. They're in the online exclusives. And then you open it up. It's got this little fold. See that little fold right there? And you open it up, and then you can decorate it as you see fit. And I've copied this. I cased it from both of these. Well, this one was from Wendy Cranford. She's in California. And I just thought it was really cute, and it really isn't that difficult. All you have to do is go through, and I'm going to walk you through it. We're just going to slice this here and then do some scoring. But we're going to use so I'm going to set this off to the side, but this is a way that you can use that paper if you happen to have this, or any type of paper. Make it a birthday card, whatever, right? Okay, so I'm going to set that off to the side. Now we're going to work with the Very Cute stamp set. I just love this guy. I can't get enough of them. So, and then we're going to come in. I guess I do need my paper trimmer, don't I? Okay, let me bring that in. We're going to work with some Pretty Peacock and the Walk in the Forest. And this is that beautiful paper that I just think is absolutely gorgeous. And I'll give you the measurements as I go, okay? So you don't need to take notes because you can just come back and watch the replay if you want and start and stop it. But anyways, all right, so this piece here is cut at 5.5 by 8.5. Okay, so it's our normal. And then we are going to place this in the portrait mode, right? So portrait mode, no, like this, sorry, portrait. And we're going to line it up at 2 1/8. So I'm going to move it over here at the 2 1/8 mark. Okay, so that's going to be right there. All right, so I'm going to lay this down. Now I've got my finger here because I'm not sure where we're cutting yet. So just, all right, so we're going to take and we're going to line up the paper trimmer at the 2 1/8 mark. So let me close this for a minute so y'all can see this. I think I've showed you this. Let me see about zoom. Let me zoom in just enough that maybe you can see the trimmer. Okay. All right. So we're going to line it up at 2 1/8, which is right there, the second line from the 2. All right, and then we're going to place our cutting blade on the 2 1/2 or 2 1/8. So see, I put tear and tape. I just tore one side of the tear and tape off and put it underneath where the numbers are so I can see it better. So I'm going to line that up at the 2 1/8, which is going to be the 2, and then one little mark. Hang on, I'll show you in just a second. I'm going to put it right about there. And if it's not exact, it's going to be close enough, okay? So you're going to use this ruler right here on the side. And then we're going to place that, and we're going to bring it down to 6 1/8. So I'm going to hold it down and bring it all the way down there, 6. And I'm just going to move it over 2 little notches, which is 6 1/8. And that's all we need right there on that, okay? So that's our little slit, all right? Now we're going to turn this, and let me zoom in. Hang on a second. Let me go in. Back it up. Hang on. It's a little slow. Okay. All right, so now our cut thing is at the bottom, right? So now we're going to do some scoring. So then we're going to score at 4 1/4. So I'm going to put my blade down here, and we're going to come up here to 4 1/4, and we're going to go ahead and score that all the way from top to bottom, right? Okay, so we've got that done. And then, let's see, what are we going to do? Turn cardstock and score at 2 1/8 from the, oh yeah, okay. So now we're going to turn it back to the score line. Hang on a second. We're going to get back to the 2 1/8 mark. Oh, right here. We want to get down here. And we're going to score. Wait, we got to come here. Sorry, I scored it before I did this. After we did this slit. All right, we're going to score it at 2 1/8 from the bottom to the slit line. Okay, so we're going to line this up at 2 1/8, and then we're going to score, and we're going to come from the end, from the bottom. So we're going to just score up from the bottom right to that cut line. Okay, so we're just going to score right there, from here. All right, and then you would do the 4 1/4, which is fine. We already did that. All right, and then we're going to do another score on the opposite side. So we're going to open up the trimmer. We're going to come from the bottom again. We're going to line it up at 6 3/8, which is a little hard to see on this little paper trimmer. So there's 6. That's 6 1/2. So this has got to be 6 3/8. It's got to be right about there. All right, and then we're just going to do the same thing. We're just going to score it up to that cut line because that's going to give us our areas for the other pieces. Okay, so let's go through that one more time. 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and then we're going to put the trimmer, the paper in the trimmer in the portrait mode, and we're going to line this up at 2 1/8. And then we're going to bring our trimming paper cutter blade down to the 2 1/8 mark. And then we're going to cut it all the way down to 6 3/8. And then we're going to turn our cardstock back this way. And then we're going to line it up at 2 1/8 like I did before. And we're going to score right here up to the score line, to the cut line. And then we're going to move it over, because I did a little backwards. You move it over to 4 1/4, do the whole thing as a score, and then come down to your 6 3/8 again and score up to that cut line, okay? I think that's probably pretty clear, hopefully. All right, so that's all we need, the paper trimmer. Now we're going to do some folding. So we're going to fold in half where we did our middle fold like we would normally do for a card, right? So let's go ahead and give it a good burnish here. All right, and then this one, we're going to just do a little fold. Let's see, I got to figure out which way we did this. Have to look at it. Yeah, this one we're going to do this piece right here. We're going to fold. This one is going to fold up, and that one's going to fold so it folds flat. Okay, does that make sense? Got it? All right, so it's going to go just like that. So we'll have this one is going to come on top of this one, and then that's going to fold flat like that. No, it's not. Hang on, I lied. This one's going to come back. Sorry. I lied. All right, we're going to do this. Hang on a minute. What am I doing differently? One's there, one's there. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. So that's how it's going to fold. Okay, just like that. All right, so you can kind of see how it works out. Okay, now we're going to bring in all of our pieces. So let me go back. I want to cut. All right, the first thing that we're going to do is we need a piece that's going to go on this side right here. And this is at, let's see, 3 1/4 by 4 1/8. So 3 1/4 by 4 1/8 is going to go here. Then you're going to need 2 basic whites that are 2 by 2. All right. And then we need 2 by 3 1/4, which is going to be our piece for our sentiment. And that's going to go right here. And all right, so we're going to set that off to the side and set that off to the side. And then I'm going to, I've cut a square which is 2 by 2, and I'm going to put that here so it kind of coordinates with the dots. All right, and then the last piece I need is going to be the part right here where the Santa is. So this is 2 by 5 1/4. If I'm sorry, 2 by 5 3/8. Let me make sure I got that right. 2 by 5 3/8. Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, that's going to be 2 and 5 3/8. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my paper trimmer in. I'm going to make this a little bit more difficult. I want to get these trees in here, and this is the last piece of this paper that I have. So rather than cut, I don't want to cut this in half. So I'm going to measure my 2 inches so that I can get most of these trees. And if I take my ruler, I should be pretty close. If I start on this side of the tree, I can go just about like that, and there's my 2 inches. So I should be able to get most of the trees, maybe not all of them. So I'm going to start with right about where that tree is right there. And I am going to cut this part first right here. And then I'm going to come back and cut the other side, okay? Actually, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it this way. That way I can measure it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down and hopefully get it cut where I don't cut off all my trees. All right, now I need it 2 inches, so I'm going to slide this over. I know this is weird. I'm going to slide this over to 2 inches, excuse me, and then now I've got a piece that, pardon me, that I wanted for the side of the card. I hope that makes sense to y'all. But don't worry, just cut 2 by 5 3/8, okay? And I don't think I did that. Let me check that real quick, because I didn't do that. By 5 3/8, so we want 2. I got to come down and trim this off. And I guess I'll trim the bottom. So there's 5 1/4, so there's 5 3/8. 5, hang on a minute, 5, yeah, 5 1/4 and 3/8. So I got to trim this down. Okay, now we've got it. So it's really pretty easy. Pardon me. So 2 inches by 5 3/8, and you've got a 2 by 2 square, and then this one is your 4 1/8 by 3 1/4, and then we have 2 other 2 by 2 squares, and then we have the what is this one? The 3, no, what is this one? This one is, I got too many pieces, 2 inches by 3 1/4. Okay. All right. So that's that. So now we're just going to start decorating. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding pieces to the card. And I just realized that the only piece that I have that shows is that I wanted, this is peacock, and I really wanted that, but I've got a lot of baby blue, so I probably should have changed up my colors, but that's okay. We're going to go with this one. All right, so this piece we're going to put on the top left. All right, so this is going to look like snow, right? So we're going to just place this up here, and you can see in between the score lines where it's going to go. So we're going to place that right there. All right. And then this is where we're going to write our sentiment. And I actually, hang on a minute. Let me see where my score line is. Oh, no, he's going to be, this one's going to go here. So we'll add him. I'm going to add him last. I don't think I'll need to cut that down. All right. And then this is going to go on this side right here. So we'll go ahead and add our adhesive. And you could use the other side if you want. But I wanted the trees in there. I thought that I love this paper. So, all right, so that's going to go right about here. And again, you're just going to leave a little bit. Whoopsie, got glue on my fingers. We're going to leave just a little bit of an edge around. Okay. And then you can decide where you want. I think, now you can take the whites. We're going to decorate these. You can put them like that if you want. And you can do that in the center. See how I did this one? I put them both next to each other. And I like that because I like the way that it closes. But if you want to have a sentiment or a picture right here, and I did this mainly on this one because I had the Santa Claus right there. And I thought it was going to kind of clash. So I can either do the snow here. So when it closes, it's going to be, you know, that's what I didn't do. I didn't fold my score line, did I? That would make sense to score it, wouldn't it? All right, so that would be helpful to score that. So let me get my, I don't know why I didn't do that. That's the one that we did, and I didn't burnish it with my bone folder. That was the problem. There we go. So we can either do, I'm going to decorate these using the Berry Cute. So we can either do it like this and then have this piece here. But I don't think it's going to make a difference, to be honest with you, or I can stick them here. So I'm trying to decide which way I want to go. It really doesn't matter because they're going to both be covered up. I think I'll do, maybe I'll do it, I think I'll do it like that. I think I'll put that one in the center. And we're going to stamp these in just a second. You know, I have to sit here and talk to myself. Do y'all do that when you're, because I hadn't really decided, I know what I'm going to stamp, but I hadn't decided where I'm going to put these little guys. So what did I say I was going to do? I'm going to put this one right here. So we'll put this right in the center. And these are the 2 by 2s. Okay. All right. Now we're going to do some stamping on these two little guys right here. We're going to stamp the Merry Warm Wishes. And I'm going to stamp that in the peacock. I think I'll probably stamp most of these in the peacock. So we're going to do Warm Wishes. And we will stamp that right about here. This is really pretty easy putting together because it's not real over the top decorated. So that's I'm going to put that one right there. If I get my fingers off of it. And then I'm going to stamp on this one. I'm going to stamp the baby bear because that's about all he can fit on here. So I'm going to put the baby bear. And I could have did something down here. Now I want to ask you guys, if any of y'all have this Berry Cute stamp set, would someone tell me, see these dots right here? What are those supposed to be? I thought maybe they were snowflakes, but when you stamp them, they're kind of stamped in a square. So I wasn't sure if it was, I don't know what it is because it really doesn't help the packaging. So I need to get an answer because I really don't know what these dots are for. So if y'all happen to have this stamp set and you know what those dots are for, let me know. I'd appreciate that. All right, so then we're going to stamp some snowflakes. Pardon me. I don't know why all of a sudden my throat's decided it want to cooperate. So I'm going to close up the, whoops, I just lost my, almost lost my daggone snowflake. So we stamped the bear in peacock, and now I'm going to come back with balmy blue, and I'm just going to stamp a couple of snowflakes right around him, and I may stamp off. Let me see what, no, it's going to be too light. And I'll just stamp a couple of snowflakes. They're a little bit big for him, but that's okay. So that's all I'm going to do. This one's pretty easy. It doesn't take a lot to really, as far as the decorating part, because the pieces are so small, right? All right, so we're going to go ahead and glue these down. And we'll put this one, I'm going to put the little bear right here. I think this set is such a cute set. I just really like it. All right, and then we're going to put this one with the warm wishes. Oh, you know what? I probably should put some snowflakes around this one too, huh? Let's do that. We'll do that in the balmy blue. We'll just put one up here, and let's just put one down here. Whoops. See what happens when you try to get, hopefully I can do this without, since I can see through the thing. Hang on a minute. I'm going to see if I can do it. This is when you need the Stamparatus, but we don't. I mean, I have, but let's see if that works. Oh, look at that. It worked. Okay. Let me move this. Well, that worked out pretty good, didn't it? All right, we'll put that on here. And then we're going to add this to the bottom. And stick that down right here. And then on the top part, we're just going to add this little piece, and this is where we can write our message. Now, if this isn't big enough, then you can always put a piece on the back, and I'll show you. We can put it right behind this piece right here. So we're going to put the white piece right there. I think I got that lined up right. All right, so there is our card. And you could put something here if you want. If you want to decorate this, you know, we could have put, I probably could have put like the little sitting bear, fussy cut and attached him. But I thought this looked real cute. Let me go through this one more time with my bone folder just to make sure it lays flat. And then if you need more space to do your writing, you can just do another piece the same size as this one and just place it right back here so you can write your message. But isn't that cute? It's a cute little card that you can make, and it's a fun fold. So, and then it can set up too, so it can stand like that. Somebody can set that on their desk or their table, and then they have it all decorated. So we could have put a bear or something, but I just left it like it's snowing. All right, so that's the first card. Oh, before we forget, we have to do our envelope. So we're going to take our paper, right? We got to do our envelope. So I take and cut 2 3/8 by 6 inches. So I have enough designer paper to cover my envelope. All right, so 2 3/8 by 6, and that gives you enough that you can line it up to the score line. And I'm going to bring it over just a little bit. Line it up to the score line. Just like that. And I got a little bit of extra glue right there, and I'm just going to roll it in. All right, and then we're just going to take our paper snips and just fussy cut this right around the... So this is when we have all this designer paper, you know, sitting around and we don't use it. So this is a good time, well, really any time when you're sending out a card and you've got paper that coordinates, you might as well go ahead and use it. Otherwise, it just sits there and it doesn't go anywhere. It takes up space, right? And I think that looks good. And then there you go. So there is our card and a matching envelope. Isn't that cute? So there you go. There's the first card. All right, so let's set that one off to the side. All right, now we're going to come in and we're going to work with, hang on a second, let me get all my stuff. I'm going to use the Joy to You stamp set. and I'm going to use the Wishing You a Merry Christmas. And these are the cling. These are the red rubber. All right. And then this one, let me show you what I did here. Hold on a second. We're going to use different papers on this one. This one I copied from, also from Wendy, but also Sue Stampfield had created this card as well. And I had seen it before. I just never got around to making it. All right, so give me 1 second. Let me get my stuff organized so I can get my instructions so I can read what we're doing here. All right, so this is the card, and this is another one that is a fun fold that stands up. So you pull it this way, and then it opens like that, okay? So, and then it can stand up. You can have it stand up like that if you'd like. And I kept my paper the same. And this set of paper is another one of the online exclusives, and it is called, hang on, I'll tell you in case you want to know. It's a really pretty set. It's got, I love the plaid that it has, Joy of Christmas, and it's got these really pretty flowers and the holly, and the back sides are wood, and that one you saw is what we used. There's a musical one, and there's red plaid, and then you have some really dark berries in here, and this is using cherry cobbler. So I thought that was a really pretty set. All right, so this is the one that we're going to make. And this one I am going to do identical to what we've done here. Okay? So I'm going to put that right here. And I am going to give you the dimensions of everything. I've already got everything pre-cut. Okay, so for your card base, oops, let me get my paper trimmer in here because I think I need to score it. Now, keep in mind, this card base is 5.5 by 8. So 5.5 by 8. I did the first one. I thought, why is it not working out? And then I realized that I didn't cut it right. Thank you. All right. So this is 5.5 by 8. And we do need to do some scoring. All right. I'm using cherry cobbler. So this, oops, I just got my finger. Oh, look at that. Look what I did. I had glue. Look at my finger. I had glue on my dimensional page because it was trying to get my glue to work. And oh God, now it's all over my fingers. Give me a second. I need to wipe this off before I get it all over everything. Hang on a second. Let me just, I can wipe it off real quick. That's all right. I'll just be grabbing everything. Okay. 5.5 by 8 inches. All right. And we're going to start scoring. I'll be grabbing everything now with my gluey finger. We're going to score at 1.5. So come over to 1.5. We're going to score that. Make sure you got it top and bottom is straight. Then we're going to move it down to 2 3/4. And give that, whoops, I got to get get the top straight. All right, 2 3/4. And then we're going to move it down to 5 1/4. And then 6 1/2. So we'll move that all the way over to 6 1/2 right there. Let me see, hang on a minute. I always want to make sure I got it right. 6 1/2, okay? All right, so there's our scores. All right, and then the next piece is, hang on a minute, I don't think I need that right now. All right, and then I'll give you these. Here is the base piece, which is, this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it's going to be, you're coordinating to this color here. And then we need another piece that is 3 1/2 by, hang on a minute, if I can get my fingers underneath it, 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. So this is, yep, 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. We need that. And then we're going to need, now you don't have to, but I wanted to put a coordinating piece underneath my designer paper. So I did a 3 1/8 by 5 1/8. So that's going to go on top of this, just so you can get a visual. And then this is my designer paper, and this is 3 by 5. So I'm going to have these 3 layered. And if you don't want as much red, you can trim the cherry cobbler down, but I kind of like it like that. So that's going to go like that. And then you're going to cut, let's see, we've got a couple of pieces here. We're going to cut 2 at 1 inch by 5 1/4. And then we're going to cut 2 3 3/4. It's 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. You want 2 of those. And then we're going to have another piece that's 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. okay? All right, and then the sentiment for this particular stamp set, but if you do your own sentiment, but this piece is a 1/2 inch by 2 7/8, okay? All right, so let's go ahead, and the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add our pieces of the 1 3/8 on the base of this right here. So we're going to lay this right on side by side like that, and we're going to glue these down. So this is by 5 1/2, so we should have a 1/4 inch on each, or yeah, about an 1/8 of an inch on each end. All right, so we're going to add these to each side of that 4 1/2 by 5 1/2. Wait, hang on, I gotta see what my dog's doing. Oh, I think she just jumped up on the couch. She's having a hard time. She's getting older, so she has a hard time jumping. All right, and then I'm going to leave a little bit of a border, not much, but I'm going to leave just a little bit of the cherry cobbler sticking out, okay? And we'll put that one, whoops, don't use my finger. It's got glue on it. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. All right, so we'll bring that one up. And this is another easy one too. Once you do the first one, you're like, oh my God, that's so simple. And then I'm going to try to line this up and have just a small amount of that cherry cobbler showing through. And make sure I've got it even on the ends. I think that's pretty close. All right, so there's that. Now, this piece, we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold it. So remember, we did a score and a score, open and score. So the second score line, this would be the easiest way for y'all to understand. The second score line, you want to fold it in, okay? We're going to burnish that, and then we're going to fold this part back, and that's where we have all our scores, okay? So take from the second score line, fold it in, and then fold this one back, and then we'll do the same thing on this side. So we're going to fold this one in, give it a burnish, and then we're going to fold it back so it's got like a lapel, right? So this is what it looks like once it's closed. And let me do a good thing with my bone folder, because you really want to get this burnished really good so it lays flat, or at least, you know, so you can get everything together. All right. Now somehow mine's a little bit off, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this and attach it right on here. So we're going to put adhesive on this big part right here, okay? And I'm going to use my seal. I'm going to use my liquid glue. And then you want to line it up exactly with the cardstock. So it's going to go from top to bottom, okay? And for whatever reason, when I scored this, mine's off a little bit, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. No one's going to see it. All right, so let's go ahead and add our adhesive. So it's only on the back, not on the flaps. We're just going to do this little small piece right here, okay? All right, and then we're going to lay it down and make sure we've got it on here exactly even with the score line. And I'm going to lay it down, and it should be right in the center of those two pieces of designer paper. And we'll push down on it. Okay? All right, let's do it this way. All right, so that's the base, and then this is how it's going to open. Okay? See that? All right, so there's that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to, I got to remember what I'm doing here. What are these guys? What do I do with these? Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Oh, they go on the inside. Jeez. Okay, so these are the 1 inch. They're going to go right here on the inside. And again, you can pick whatever, designer paper. So I like the plaid, so I want to put that there. So these are going to go on the inside of the card, where the fold is right next to where your message will be. So we're going to put that right here. And it goes right between those two score lines. And we'll just try to make sure we've got the top and bottom even. And then we'll add this one as well. All right. Ouch. Okie doke. And then we will place this one here. and get that centered in there, and hopefully we get them even. Let me lift it up and look at it. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so that's going to fold like that. So see how it's going to open, and then you get to see those little guys. All right, and then the next piece is going to be this one, which is the 1 1/4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to go on this side right here. So that's going to give it a little bit of, I did it to match my piece, the bigger piece. Okay, so we're going to lay that right there. And again, see, it's a pretty easy card. It looks hard, but it really isn't that difficult, you know. Okay, so we're going to lay that. I guess I got my flowers. I really like this design in this paper, and I love the colors. I just think this paper is really, really pretty. It's kind of like a watercolor look. I really like that. All right, so that's going there. All right, now we have these 3 pieces, right? So we're going to go ahead and attach these. So we're just going to layer them down. Now, on the first card, you probably didn't see it, and I don't know. I put a little, I don't like it, so I'm just not even there. In case you want to see, I put this little thing right there, like a little tag, but I don't like it, so I'm not going to add it to the next one. So, in case you're wondering why. All right, so this piece is going to go on shaded spruce. And again, this is, the designer paper is 3 by 5. And then this one, we cut it at 3 1/8 by 5 1/8 for the shaded spruce, just to give it a small border. And then we're going to place this one down on the 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. But if you think this is too much, you can cut it down, okay? So we're going to go ahead and add that on here. All right, so let's get that on here. And we're going to lay that there. And get that somewhat, I think that's pretty centered. All right. And then what we're going to do, let's go ahead and put our, this piece here is going to go on the inside for your message. Okay, so let's go ahead and add that now before we attach the front part. So let's go ahead and put that on the inside. And this piece is, what did I say? The white. Ba-ba-doo-ba-da. Well, I'll have to measure it. Now I don't remember what it is. Hang on a second. 2. It's 2 1/4. Oh, 2 1/4. I don't even see that one in here. 2 1/4. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. It's 2. Oh, you know what? Did I cut it? No, that's right. 2 1/4. Sorry, 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. I don't know. Thought I was losing my mind there for a minute. You probably could get it a little bit bigger. You could probably make it maybe 2 and I don't know if you could do 2 1/2. But anyways, all right. So we're gonna put that right there. That's for you to write your message to your person. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and decorate before we add this. We're going to add this last. So the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to stamp our sentiment. And I'm going to stamp this in the cherry cobbler. And I'm going to stamp it hopefully right on here. Let me get over here where I can kind of see it without sticking my head. And we'll just hope I get it on here right. Let me see what the paper is. Okay. All right, so we're going to stamp that there. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. All right, and then we're going to take some of the gold, what is this stuff called? It's the metallic edge, and this is the gold. And what I've learned from watching other people is I'm just going to take some tear and tape, and I'm going to cut off. Let me get my ribbon scissors because I know my scissors won't cut that very good. Sorry. I am going to, what I've learned is to put a little bit of tear and tape, and I've just figured out how to do that little loop-de-doopy thing right here. I can never figure out how to do that, and that tear and tape really makes a big difference. So I'm just going to measure so I can cut it. So I'm just going to measure with my fingers, and then I just kind of go like that until I figure out how much I need for my ribbon, and then I can trim it, and then I can cut it accordingly. Okay. All right, so that's what I need. And that's probably, let's see, what is that? That is about 14 inches of ribbon. And then just take some tear and tape, and I just put a couple of two small strips as soon as I find the edge to open it. Oh, there we go. And I just put 2 little strips on here, and that holds that ribbon down, so I don't have to mess with it, right? My paper snips over here. So we'll just cut, and I'm just going to put it kind of at an angle so it holds my pieces. And I'll do just 2 pieces, kind of separate them a little bit, and just kind of put it like that. All right, and then we'll pull this up, and then we'll lay the ribbon on top, which will hold it down, and that makes a big difference. All right, and then we're just going to lay it, and let me go ahead and, before I do, let's go ahead and I'm just going to trim it now with my with my ribbon scissors. Oh my gosh, I was in class last month, and one of the ladies, I saw her reach for these and was cutting paper. I went, but I didn't say nothing to her because I was afraid she might, I didn't want to hurt her feelings, but I make that very clear not to do that in my class. Okay, because you don't want your ribbon scissors cut on paper. All right, so I'm just going to lay it down, and you see how it sticks, right? And then I'm just going to fold it up and make my little loop-de-doopies. And then when I get it where I like it, then I'll just trim it down like that. See how it makes it so much nicer, right? All right, there we go. And then we're going to take this, and we're going to put dimensionals on it. Of course, it's the one that I put all the glue on. So I'm going to put, hang on a second. I'm trying to, I got glue on my daggone finger. I stuck it all in that thing thinking I was going to use it. I don't like to waste, so if you throw away your little edges, you're wasting your dimensionals, because these still work, right? You just snip up and take what you need. And we'll take one more. Oh yeah, well I think I'll do another one. Let's do one of these. Never have enough. We'll put that right there. Okay. All right, so let's take the backings off of this. Now I think I'm going to wait and put this on after I get that thing on there, and then I can push this down. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We'll just do it. All right, hang on. Let me get all my pieces off. Whoops. Whoops, it stuck to my finger. Make sure I got all that. Okay, I do. All right, so we're going to place that right about there. We could probably put some bling on this. All right, so there we go. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and you can either do one of 2 things. You can bring it all the way over to the edge if you want, but you don't want to glue it down, okay? But if you want, that way, if you want to hold it and bring it, that should have it right where it's going to be lined up. Now this one you're going to be off just a little bit. So if we line it up on this side of the on the edge, right, where the card is shut. All right, let's fold the card down. And then we're going to lay this here. So we want it to be covering that side, right? So what I want to do, I'm going to hold it and flip it over. Because see right here, I don't want to put any glue here. I don't have a pencil. Let me see if I can make a mark. I want to not put any glue right here. Let me get a pencil. Hang on. Because I don't, hold on a second. Hang on. Ugh. Okay. So I wanted to go over to the edge, but I want to make a mark so I know not to put any adhesive right here, right? So I see my pencil mark. That way I know I don't want to put any adhesive on this side right here. So because I want this to be butted up to where it covers, I want it to cover all the way to the edge of the card. Well, almost to the edge, because I want it really to cover this part here. So by doing that, then I flip it over, and now I know I cannot put any glue right here, and then I can put glue, which really on the other side. Okay, so we are going to actually, I can put the glue on here and then just lay it down like that. That's probably what I'll do, right? Because that way I can put glue here and then just lay it here, and then that way it will stick. So that'll probably be the easiest thing to do. All right, so I'm going to put the glue right here on this piece. I know I'm making it look really difficult. All right, so we want to put the glue here. And I'm not going to get too close to the edge because I don't want it to ooze out, okay? All right, and now I know this piece right here is where I don't want it. Let me make sure I got my card right side up. So I'm going to lay this down right up against that, my line, right about there. And that's probably the easiest way to do it. Just flip it upside down and then just lay it there. And there you go. All right, and then that way you've got it closed. It closes up. And of course my thing is a little crooked now. Oh wait, this needs to move over. That's why my thing was a little crooked. Let me slide it. Hang on a second. The bottom part's a little crooked. Lift it up. See if we can slide it over. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's that card. Isn't that cute? So another fun fold, and just open it like that. And then there you can write your message. So that's how I found it to be easier. I think this one's still a little crooked. I can probably lift it up before it dries. I just wanted it, and it doesn't matter if this is showing, so you can have it however, but I wanted it to come over to cover this side while it's closed, and then they go to open it, and they'll pull both sides. And then this one has got a little bit more of the, this one I did the same thing, but it's got a little bit more of the green showing, and then opening it like that. So there you go. There's two new fun fold cards that we made. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, don't go nowhere. We got to do our envelope. So we're going to take our plaid and use our plaid to decorate this envelope, or envelope, however you want to say it. All right, so I'm going to get the glue on there. And we're going to lay this guy right here and get it down. There we go. All right, so I'm going to cut this piece off. I got glue on my scissors too. All right, and then we're just going to trim it up and go around. And then we have a nice, pretty envelope that will coordinate with our card. There you go. So there's that card. Let me move all my stuff out of the way. And then here's our other card that we made. So those are those two. And then I'll bring in this one because this one's a different one that I made. The other two are the same. So there's our cards to give you an idea of, whoops, let's put this one in here. Doesn't want to lay down, but that's okay. So there are the cards that we made in this fun fold with our coordinating envelopes. All right, so there you go, ladies and gents. All right, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And we actually are getting out of here about 7 minutes early. That's pretty good. So I hope you enjoyed these cards. And if I can help you with anything, please let me know. And take a look at the last chance in the carryover list. If you're on my email list, then you should have gotten an email sent out to you this morning. So it's probably in your inbox somewhere. And just click on the pictures, and then that way you can download those two items. And I guess that's it. Have a great Thanksgiving, you guys. Take some time and relax and spend time with family if that's possible. We're going to be laying around Thursday watching football. So anyways, all right, have a great Thanksgiving, a great weekend, and then I will see you all next Tuesday. All right, thank you. Talk to y'all soon.